You know, dating sucks. It's either you're too tall or too short, you're too ugly or you're too pretty, you're too fat or you're too thin, or you're just too... whatever you are. My dream is to come home one day and find a beautiful young woman waiting for me. And I wanted to say, I've always been in love with you. Please marry me. Unfortunately, it's just a dream. But for one man, it may not have been. Because for the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mokichi, he was able to live the dream. And it's the focus of today's yokai tale, the Hamaguri nyōbō, or the Clam's Wife. And as their name suggests, they are clams that transform into human women with the goal of marrying human men. Because real women don't exist. Am I right, fellas? They're all just clams in disguise? Or if you're lucky, you're homies. As the legend goes, in a cozy village beside the whispering sea, there lived a fisherman named Mokichi. He was known far and wide for his gentle nature and his love for the ocean, where he spent his days casting his net and dreaming of the treasures hidden beneath the waves. One sunny morning, as Mokichi set out on his fishing boat, he felt a small tug on his line, unlike any he had felt before. With great excitement, he reeled in his catch, only to discover a clam of immense size trapped in his net. As he examined the clam, he noticed a small crack in its shell, a testament to the trials it had endured in its long life. Although Mokichi could have sold the clam for a small fortune, he instead took pity on it and released it back into the sea. Little did Mokichi know, his act of kindness would soon be rewarded in the most unexpected way. When Mokichi returned to his home, he was met with a wondrous sight. Standing before him was a radiant young woman, her beauty as breathtaking as the ocean at sunrise. "My name is Ohama," she said softly. I have fallen deeply in love with you. Will you accept me as your wife?" Overwhelmed by her grace and sincerity, Mokichi gladly welcomed Ohama into his home, where she quickly proved to be a loving and devoted wife. Her cooking was especially delightful, each dish bursting with flavor and warmth. Most notably, her miso soup was beyond anything Mokichi had ever tasted. But Ohama harbored a secret, one that she guarded fiercely. She would spend hours in the kitchen, crafting delectable meals with a skill that seemed almost magical. When Mokichi asked about her cooking secrets, she would only smile and say, "Some mysteries are best left unsolved, my dear." Despite his curiosity, Mokichi promised never to intrude upon Ohama's privacy. But as the days passed, his curiosity gnawed at him like the restless tides. One fateful evening, unable to resist the temptation any longer, Mokichi peeked into the kitchen, only to be met with a sight that left him speechless. There she was, Ohama, his wife, his beloved, straddling over the cooking pot to urinate into the miso soup. Shocked and dismayed, Mokichi had discovered the truth of Ohama's secret, despite his promise that he would never do so. Men, am I right, ladies? But let's be honest, this would not be a deal breaker for some of you guys out there. That night, when his wife served dinner, Mokichi was oddly silent. Despite his wife's encouragement to drink his miso soup, Mokichi just couldn't bring himself to quaff down his wife's piss. With tears in her eyes, Ohama had realized her husband had discovered her secret. But before Mokichi could comfort her, Ohama disappeared into the night and returned to the sea, where she slowly transformed back into her true form, the giant clam that Mokichi had spared. And so the legend of Mokichi and Ohama, the Hamaguri nyōbō, became a cautionary tale of the consequences of curiosity, and the importance of compassion towards all creatures, great and small. Because one day, it could land you a smoking hot wife, or just a really solid bro who needed the $20.